We are continuing our series to understand the foundational principles of Hinduism, and today we're going to look at Dharma, right? So what does Dharma mean? Trying to get a well-rounded idea, a well-rounded understanding of what it means, but also what concrete things can we take from that understanding to apply in our own lives to be more dharmic, right? So what does that Dharma mean, right? So people will say that Dharma means religion. Some people will say that Dharma means duty. Some people will say Dharma means law. And some people will say that Dharma means nature. And the truth is, this word is a combination of all these things, right? So if we're trying to understand from a perspective, let's say, what is the fire's Dharma? The fire's nature is to burn, right? What is a bird's Dharma? It is the nature, the duty of that bird is to fly, is to maybe sing, right? So these are the Dharma is the rules, the duties, the nature that govern and sustain something, right? So Sanatan Dharma will be, what are the rules? What are the duties? What is the nature that sustains the universe, right? These are a way of living, a way of being that upholds the universe. In the same way, the nature of a bird, the nature, the laws, the duties that govern a bird, right? And in the same way, we will have a nature, laws, duties that govern human life, right? So now we have a kind of an understanding of Dharma. What is the Dharma of human beings? So we'll have many kinds of Dharmas, right? We have moral Dharmas, social Dharmas, ethical Dharmas, laws that govern like society, and you'll have also laws for rulers, for kings, right? But the two Dharmas that I wanted that is most relevant to regular Hindus are the Varnas and the Ashramas. The Varnas are the occupational Dharmas, the occupational roles that somebody will be gravitating towards, and then the stages of life are the stages of life that we all kind of fall in, right? So the Varnas will be, let's say, the occupational roles, right? So the occupational, this is where there's some controversy here, right? The people will talk about the caste system, but in the scriptures, it is very simple. It is a combination of the three gunas plus our karma, right? So depending on the three gunas of tamas, rajas, and sattva that we all have a different combination. And because of the different karma that we carry, we will naturally gravitate towards one of these four roles in society, right? There's nothing about the caste system. That's just human ego, societal, created by people who wanted to, from an animalistic survival perspective, they wanted to preserve their positions, right? So they created a caste system. But the truth is, anybody is not governed by the caste system, by their birth, but by their gunas and their karma, right? So for me, let's say, for example, right? I grew up feeling a little bit of anxiety and emotional distress, right? So naturally, I gravitated towards studying meditation, studying the scriptures to understand what are the words and what are the practices that can sustain me, that can help me overcome this emotional distress, right? And because, let's say, my gifts are maybe I can easily explain something, then I gravitate towards explaining that to people on videos, right? But somebody else's combinations might be that, okay, they grew up maybe a little ill, a little weak when they were younger, and they went to the journey of finding health, physical health and strength, and now they teach people how to be strong, how to be healthy, right? Or some people might gravitate to being teachers, to being doctors, depending on what gifts you have and your karma, right? So this is how you gravitate towards your varna, is by your combination, what makes you unique, right? And the ashramas is the other stages. So you might have the brahmacharya or the householder, the retired or the renunciate, right? Depending on these four stages of life, you will have different duties, the different commitments, right? If you're a student, you want to learn and find the areas where you will be useful in society. If you're a householder, you might be a parent, so you have a duty to raise your children, or to your wife, to your husband, right? So these are the societal dharmas. But most importantly, we want to understand what qualities make us live a righteous and a truthful life, right? To sustain our nature, to uphold our duty, right? To be righteous, to be truthful. We need a bunch of qualities, and these are very clearly and easily mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita and the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So I want to go over that, so at least we're coming out with something very concrete in our minds, what qualities we need to adopt to live a righteous life. We have determined that because of your unique combination of gunas and your unique karma, you will gravitate towards specific duties in society, specific duties in your family, and things like that, right? But regardless of what your dharma is, there are some internal qualities that you want to absorb within yourself, and there are some qualities that you want to push away out of you, right? And these are found in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, okay? In the Bhagavad Gita chapter 16 talks about the demonic qualities and the divine qualities, right? Verses 1 to 3 list all 26 divine qualities, and then chapter 4 to 20 talks about the demonic qualities. I'm not going to read all of these, but it is important to know what Krishna tells us. These are the qualities that you want to embody, right? Fearlessness, purity of mind and heart, right? Doing charity, being generous, being self-restrained, non-violence, being truthful, right? Not having anger, being peaceful, being compassionate, having devotion to God, being forgiving, right? So these are the qualities, regardless of your dharma. You want to be a teacher, you want to be a mother, you want to be a doctor, whatever it is you are. But we have to understand these are the qualities that we need to absorb, so that we can, at the end of the day, any path that we're taking, it is for us to make our way back to God, right? And by absorbing these qualities, we're able to burn our karma and move closer to reuniting with God, let's say, right? And in the same way, we want to stay away from the demonic qualities. In verses 4 and 20, the Bhagavad Gita says, the demonic qualities are hypocrisy, right? Ego, arrogance, harshness, being like jealous, being violent, right? So all these qualities, regardless of our dharma, we want to be able to know them and know which ones we want to absorb, and which ones, recognizing when they're arising, the demonic ones that are arising, so we can nip them out of ourselves before they start to fester, right? But if you're still watching this video, you're probably enjoying my content. I'm going much deeper in my upcoming newsletters, right? So if you want to join my upcoming free newsletter, the link will be in my bio. Sign up, join the wait list, and I'll talk to you there soon. Namaste.